Asana is packed full of features that, although a little harder to discover, can make a significant difference to your workflow, efficiency, and productivity. So in this video, I'm going to share tips and tricks to make you an Asana ninja, with a bonus tip if you keep watching right to the end. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Andy, a property investor based in Maidenhead. I help business owners become more productive through technology. So if that's up your street, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell. It really helps the channel. But let's jump into these 5 tips and tricks. And the first one that I wanted to share with you today is about multi-homing tasks in different projects. And this is an immensely powerful feature of Asana, and one that in the future I will make a whole video about. But just for today, I want to show you how it works and give you one example of how you could use it in your business. So here on the left-hand side, I've got various projects that I've set up, and you can see that we've got a content ideas project. So in here, I've got various sections on different types of content. So maybe I've got some on Asana, some on Notion, Canva, and Office. All right, and this is just how I go and store various pieces of content that I could put on my YouTube channel. Now, as well as storing them here, I also want to start planning out when I'm going to go and release this content. So I've created another project which is called the Content Scheduler. So if I jump into this project, we can see that we've got our backlog, and then we've got April, May, June as Q2 in 2022, and then we've got our quarter 3. And you'll see that these pieces of content, as well as being in the ideas section, are also in the scheduler. Again, I may then want to track how they're progressing in terms of making the content. So I've got a content tracker here. And if I open that, we've got our backlog, and then we've got various stages of the workflow. I've just got a few examples. So written, filmed, edited, and then published. And you can see that we've got the same tasks again in this project. And this is really powerful because you don't want to be duplicating your content with multiple versions of the same thing, because it will just be impossible to manage. Whereas here, all of the comments, all of the collaborators, the deadlines are all associated with the same task. So if we go back to the start, let me show you how this works. So if we imagine that we've got our content ideas section here, and I've got a new piece of content that I want to go and arrange for April, and it's these 5 additional tips for working with Asana. So if I open this task, we can see that in the pane we've got projects, and currently that's just the content ideas project, which is the one we're currently in under the Asana section. Now, to add to another project, you can do it in a couple of ways. Firstly, you can just click this plus button here. So if I click plus, and then I search for our content scheduler. So just type in content, and then we've got the content schedulers appeared. Just go and click on that one. And then we've got this little drop down where we could even select which section we want it to go into. So if I just go and select here, all of my Asana content going into April. So just click on April, and there we go. And you can see it's also now got the colored bar at the top, just to let us know which other projects it's in. Now, another way that you can add it to another project is using a keyboard shortcut. So if you just press Tab and P, so just press Tab and P, again, it brings up the project list, and let's go to the tracker. So let's type in tracker and click on that one. And then let's say that we are writing it at the moment, all right? It's as easy as that, but this is incredibly powerful because all of the task details, all of the updates and communication with your team members is all stored in one place, and yet you can view it in different areas. And these little drop downs are really powerful as well, so that you could change which section it's in for each of the different projects. So that's the first tip. So multi-homing tasks in different projects. The next tip that I wanted to share with you is about favorites. Now, you may have stumbled across favorites before, but I've got a couple of extra little tips with this. So here we've got our content ideas project, and up the top on the left bar, we've actually got a favorite section. So you may have various projects that are within lots of different teams, and they may be at the bottom of long lists, so quite hard to access. And what you can do is, if there are certain things that you're working on currently or are more of a priority, you can add them to your favorite section, and it's really, really easy. The first way is we've got these three little dots next to the project. So if I just click on the three dots and click add to favorites, here we can see that it just appears at the top. So it's really, really easy. But another way, and even easier, is next to the project title, we've got this star, and that also adds things to favorites. So if I just click it, it will remove it, and then click the star again, and it will bring it back. So that's a way to go and add projects to your favorites, but you can also do it for a couple of other things. So we can see this task at the bottom of our content ideas has actually got this little label, and that means that it's got a tag. So if I open this task on the right hand side in the task pane, we can see that under tags it's under a team tag. So all of my content that's related to working as a team, I've just tagged it with this team tag. And if I click on the team tag, we can see that it will bring up a list of all of the tasks that are associated with that tag. So we can see that here in the right hand side column as well. But again, you'll notice we now have the star at the top. So if there are certain tasks that are all within a same sort of topic that you've tagged and you want to access them regularly, then we can just go and click the yellow. And now on favorites, we've now got team also favorited. And then lastly is you can actually favorite people. So imagine that you've got a team member, so maybe a direct report or somebody you want to quickly reference their tasks. So if I sort of search for myself, but as a different account here, and if I go to this, we can see that I've got various tasks and things. And again, I can just go and star that. And now it's appeared on the left-hand side of my favorite section. So yeah, the second tip is you can favorite projects, but also tags and people. And you can also tag portfolios if you're on one of the paid plans, but I won't cover that here. The third tip is about converting to a project. Now, sometimes we think that an Asana task is going to be quite a small piece of work, but then we start adding in subtasks and more people get involved. And we subsequently realize that there's a lot more to this task than we thought, or we want to be able to add more information. Well, in this case, a project is actually more suitable, and we can easily convert a task to a project whilst retaining all of that associated information. So I've got down here our marketing general, and here we've got a little task that's supposed to be simple, which is just to update the website. And I've just got three various subtasks. So change a picture, a new header and footer, and then add a new contact us page. But imagine that you start delving into this update website task, and actually the work really gets more complicated. It involves a lot more effort. Well, what we can do is for each task, we've got these three dots on the right hand side, which has got a lot more options. And you'll see we've got an advanced action section, and then we've got convert to a project. So if you just click on that one, we can go in, what do we want to call the project name? So maybe this is going to grow. So it's develop the website, develop a new website. You can select which team that you want it to go into. So I'm going to keep this in marketing. And then what do you want to take forwards from the task? So the description will become the project description. The subtasks will become the project tasks. And then task collaborators will become those project members. So if I just click on convert, and it will do its thing, and it will just go and pop down on the left hand side. So we've got show more projects, and we've got develop the new website, and we can see that our three subtasks, those are now actual proper tasks within this project. So those have all been pulled through. So it's a really easy way just to convert something that suddenly balloons in scale and scope, and convert that into a project. Next up is about updating multiple tasks at once. So sometimes imagine that you want to associate several tasks to the same person, so they're responsible for completing them, or maybe you want to add the same due date or move tasks into a different section in a project. Well, you can do this really quickly using the multitask update. So if I go to our content scheduler, for example, and imagine that for all of our tasks in April, suddenly we've had a change of heart and we want to put all of these into May. Well, you can really easily do that just by selecting the task in the column, by selecting the first task, and then hold down either the Control or the Command key. And if you just click on multiple tasks as I'm doing here, so I'm just pressing the command key and pressing select. And you can see at the bottom, we've now got this little bar that's popped up, and this enables you to go and update multiple tasks at once. So we've got these up and down arrows here, and this allows us to move these tasks between sections. So if I click on that task, on that icon, and let's move all of these into May. So literally one click to May, and they've all sprung across to May. So if I just show you in the opposite direction, so say these two here in Notion, so I'm going to click on one task, and that opens like normal, press the command key and press the next task. It now knows that we want to do multiple tasks at once. Press the up and down arrows and then click April, and they all move into April. Other things that you can change, so you could add these to another project. You can change the sections here, you could delete them. You can also go and assign these. So let's say I want to assign these to myself, and there we go, I've appeared in both. I can also set a due date. So let's say I want to make those for next Friday, and it puts the date on both of them. So it's just a real time saver to enable you to update various attributes of tasks as a group rather than doing them one by one. Finally, my last tip is around task and project templates. Now, in the Asana paid plan, you can create project and task templates that you can use over and over again without having to start from scratch. But if you're on the free plan, you can use a workaround to get some of the same benefits. So if we go into our, which one did I put it in? We've got, I think it's content ideas actually. I've actually created a column here which says content template, and I've got a task in here which is a new content idea template. So this is just a regular task, but something into which I've added some subtasks as examples about things that we may want to do with each piece of content. So create a thumbnail, description, set a publishing date, etc. So all we would do with this is if we had a new content idea, is treat this as a template. So if we go up to the three dots and just go duplicate task, and let's say that our new idea is going to be something on Asana about maybe how to use portfolios, perhaps. So that's going to be, that's our idea that we've suddenly had. The task description is a template, we can reuse that, and the subtasks. We don't need the attachments, and there aren't any. Untick the tasks, the projects, the dependencies we don't need, and the parent. But just select which bits you want to duplicate, and then just go create new task. So we're treating this as a template, and if I just go and open the one that it's just created, we can see that it's now got the subtasks that have appeared. So it's copied all that information through. There we go. So it's got those subtasks and the description, and then let's go and say that this is Asana. So let's move it into the Asana section. Just like that. So it's not the official Asana way with templates, with tasks, but it's a nice little way just to a little workaround. And again, you could create a project on the left-hand side. Maybe you've got a templated team where you keep various template projects, and then again you can just go and duplicate those in a similar way. Like I've got this new team member template here with their various stages, which I'll go over in another video. But if you were to onboard a new team member, just duplicate this project and it'll all be ready to go rather than starting from scratch. Now, lastly, I promised at the start of the video that I would share a bonus tip, and this one is relevant if you use your Asana account to work with other people. And when tasks are completed and we advance towards our goals, we want to share our appreciation with our team members, and Asana can really help with this. So we spoke earlier about the new website. So if I go into our website project, so we've got change the front picture, add new header and footer, and the contact us page. So imagine that those had all been completed and the new website was ready to launch. Well, we want to go and share our thanks and appreciation. So if the front picture had been completed, so one of our team members had gone and done that, at the bottom it's got appreciations within the comments box. So if I just click on that one, It comes up with loads of different graphics and things. So imagine that we absolutely love that the front picture has been changed. We can literally just click on that appreciations one, and then that appears as a comment. So it's a little bit more visual and interesting than just saying thanks. But yeah, show your appreciation to your team members. I'm sure that they will really like that as well. So today I've shared 5 tips and tricks to help you become more productive and quicker in Asana. So we've covered multi-homing tasks in different projects, how to favorite projects, but also tags and people, how to convert a task to a project, how to update multiple tasks at the same time, and then how to get task and project templates on the free plan. Plus, we've also covered appreciations. So let me know in the comments below if you've found these useful and if you've got any questions, and do make sure you hit the like button if this video has been great for your productivity. I've got loads more videos like this coming up every week to help you get the most out of Asana, so do make sure you hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. But that's all for today. Good luck in your Asana journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.